Question 7. When is a log function undefined? Select all that apply. Okay, so let's go to some examples. Now let's look at a log function that has a base of 0. Okay, so the first one here, log of base 0 of 5 is equal to a. Now when I change that to exponential, that would be 0 raised to a is equal to 5, like I have here. Now we're never going to be able to solve that because 0 raised to anything is still going to be 0, and we know that 0 is not equal to 5. So we're not able to solve that equation. So number 1, the base cannot be 0. Now let's look if it's 1. So log of 1, or log with base 1 of 5 is equal to a. Now when I change that to exponential, okay, so I've got 1 raised to a is equal to 5. Now 1 raised to anything is still going to be 1. So there's never a case where I can solve this equation. So in this case, the base cannot be 0, the base cannot be 1. Now let's look and see if we have a negative base, what happens. So log of base negative 2 of x is equal to 1/2. So I'm going to change that to exponential. So negative 2 raised to 1/2 is equal to x. But if I change this, instead of a fraction, the square root of negative 2 is equal to x, well, now I'm looking at imaginary numbers as my final answer. Okay, so that's why we stay away from negative numbers as a base as well. So it can't be 0, can't be 1, can't be negative. Now let's look at inside the parentheses. We know that it cannot be negative as well. And the reason is if I have log of base 10 of negative 100 is equal to a, change that to exponential. Now I have 10 raised to a is equal to negative 100. Now I can multiply 10 times itself 1,000,000 times, and it's never going to be a negative number. It's never going to give me a negative number. So this equation here, I'm never going to find a solution because there's never a case for a where I'm going to multiply 10 times itself a times and get a negative number. So the base can't be 0, it can't be 1, it can't be a negative number, and inside the parentheses cannot be a negative number for your log functions as well. Okay, so when is a log function undefined? Well, when the base is 0 or a negative number, and when there is a negative inside the parentheses.